Imagine a world where ancient prophecies become an undeniable reality and every facet of existence transforms in profound ways. In this envisioned realm, the timeless predictions found within biblical texts have come to life, shaping a new era defined by dramatic shifts in nature, society, and spirituality. As we embark on this exploratory journey, we will uncover a landscape where cosmic events, environmental upheavals, and shifts in political and cultural dynamics merge. Here, the boundaries between myth and reality blur, inviting us to reflect on our place within a vast, unfolding drama. The signs of change are visible in the skies, the earth, and within the hearts of communities seeking a deeper connection with the divine. Every sunrise heralds not only a new day, but also the promised arrival of transformations long foretold by sacred writings. As the narratives of old mingle with modern experiences, we encounter challenges that test our resilience and ignite our creativity. In this tale of renewal and reckoning, hope and uncertainty coexist, encouraging us to question what we know about destiny and examine the forces that shape our world. Today, we step into a story where legends walk alongside reality, where the echoes of prophecy resonate in each storm and every quiet moment of introspection. Let this journey spark curiosity, inviting us all to explore the intricate tapestry woven by nature, divine will, and the indomitable spirit of humanity, as the ancient words once whispered across ages now guide us into a transformed future. Throughout this narrative, every element of our world transforms in unexpected ways that challenge conventional truth and spark thrilling debates. The journey ahead is both enlightening and mesmerizing, pushing us to visualize alternative futures and question the essence of destiny with boundless optimism. Biblical prophecies have echoed through centuries, influencing countless cultures and inspiring visions of future realities. Ancient authors captured divine insights in poetic language, creating narratives that intertwine spiritual symbolism with predictions of earthly change. These prophecies speak of epic confrontations and miraculous events, reflecting the deep hopes and fears of humanity across generations. Scholars and believers have long debated the literal and metaphorical meanings embedded in these texts, often using them as a framework to interpret periods of crisis and opportunity. Throughout history, figures in both the Old and New Testaments conveyed messages intended to guide communities in times of turmoil. The imagery of plagues, cataclysmic natural events, and the rise of a messianic figure has resonated with people from ancient civilizations to modern societies. Whether seen as divine judgment or the promise of renewal, the prophecies often serve as moral compasses and blueprints for the future. Interpretations vary widely, from those that emphasize inevitable destruction to others that celebrate the restoration of a harmonious order. In the face of modern scientific advancements and shifting cultural landscapes, these timeless texts continue to inspire new questions about destiny, power, and the nature of divine intervention. They invite us to consider whether the symbols and events described are metaphors for personal and social transformation, or literal forecasts that someday will reshape our fundamental reality. As we explore this world where prophecy and life intertwine, we see that each prediction encourages reflection on our values, ambitions, and the enduring quest for meaning. Many contemporary thinkers revisit these ancient prophecies, seeking relevance in modern times and contemplating how foretold events might mirror the challenges faced today. The language of prophecy, full of symbols and allegories, stokes the imagination and prompts discussions about justice, rebirth, and cosmic balance. It is as if history, faith, and future destiny converge into a single narrative, prompting questions that resonate on a personal level as well as within society. Through this lens, every reference to divine intervention is reinterpreted as a call for introspection, urging us to examine our actions and the legacy we choose to build for future generations. These timeless words continue to ignite conversations that bridge the gap between predictions and potential reality. A future unfolding before our eyes reveals a radically altered natural world, one in which extraordinary climatic and geological phenomena reshape the very fabric of our planet. Imagine raging storms that blend with surreal calm, where tumultuous weather patterns give way to unexpected natural symphonies. In this new reality, Majestic landscapes transform overnight, mountains shift their stony positions, rivers carve new paths, and oceans display mysteries beneath shimmering celestial lights. The forces of nature render a stage of constant renewal and dramatic reshaping, leaving both beauty and unpredictable challenges in their wake. The skies sparkle with unusual hues as celestial events unfurl. Stars align in mesmerizing patterns, and comets streak across horizons with a brilliance that defies conventional physics. The auroras dance with renewed vigor, painting the night with colors no human had ever witnessed, while the moon looms larger and more enigmatic than ever before. This environmental metamorphosis triggers the awakening of ecosystems that adapt rapidly, with flora and fauna evolving to thrive amid swirling energies and dynamic earthly motions. Forests whisper tales of old as new seeds germinate, resilient creatures emerge, and even the quiet deserts reveal hidden springs of life. At the same time, these dramatic changes challenge our understanding of time and space. Geological ruptures, predicted in ancient scriptures, manifest as unexpected chasms and ever-changing landforms that reflect the mighty hand of nature. Earthquakes come not as isolated disasters, but as part of a harmonious, albeit fierce, rebirth of the planet. Volcanic eruptions release not just fire and ash, but also the promise of fertile soils for future cultivation. This constant flux of natural phenomena serves as a living reminder of the formidable power inherent in our world. Amid these transformations, humanity finds itself both awed and tested. Every natural wonder and every catastrophic event compels us to reimagine our relationship with the planet. The environment, now a canvas of transcendent beauty and danger, invites us to explore, adapt, and ultimately embrace a future where nature's rhythm guides the evolution of life on Earth. These environmental wonders and trials remind us that nature is ever-evolving, unpredictable, and unfathomably creative. Every shift in the elements brings both promise and peril, urging us to observe, learn, and coexist with forces that are larger than our own design. This vivid transformation of our environment marks the dawn of a new era. Indeed, nature's message remains clear and ever-present. In a world where biblical prophecies manifest, the very nature of human society and politics undergoes drastic transformation. Societal structures, long taken for granted, begin to evolve. As communities realign their values and allegiances, borders dissolve and established governments are forced to reconceptualize power, law, and order. In this new paradigm, cooperation and conflict coexist as humanity grapples with both the promise of divine guidance and the reality of fractured institutions. Traditional power brokers find themselves challenged by emerging leaders, inspired by ancient texts and a renewed sense of purpose. Local communities become microcosms of global change, forging networks that transcend geography, language, and culture. Grassroots movements rise in response to prophetic signs, demanding transparency, accountability, and justice. In bustling cities and remote villages alike, people rally for a society that balances age-old spiritual wisdom with the needs of a modern populace. In unexpected ways, the prophetic visions inspire innovations in governance, where councils of elders, scholars, and community representatives work together to address challenges of inequality and corruption. The old frameworks of politics are reimagined as democratic assemblies that include voices traditionally marginalized by power structures. At the international level, alliances shift dramatically. Nations that once stood divided by historical conflicts and divergent ideologies find common ground in an era marked by profound uncertainty and hope. Global leaders are compelled to work collaboratively, recognizing that the fulfillment of these age-old prophecies demands collective effort and mutual respect. In this environment, treaties are rewritten and global institutions are restructured to promote peace and shared prosperity. However, the renaissance of spirituality also gives rise to tensions. While some embrace the New World Order with open arms, others cling to outdated paradigms, sparking conflicts that test the resilience and adaptability of society. In this crucible of change, the reordering of society does not simply reflect a return to traditional religious values, but rather the birth of a dynamic, inclusive social structure. Innovations in communication and technology further bridge divides, ensuring that even the most isolated communities contribute to a reimagined political landscape. In essence, This transformative era blurs the lines between the sacred and the secular. It calls upon us to rethink justice, community, and individual destiny, setting the stage for a global society determined to create order out of chaos and wisdom out of conflict. Emerging from these complex transformations, society embraces a future where dialogue, empathy, and critical thinking converge with the mystique of prophetic visions. Communities celebrate diversity and share resources in inventive ways that honor both tradition and progress, building a resilient social fabric that reflects our highest aspirations for peace and collective well-being. Through unwavering unity and shared vision, humanity writes the next chapter in its enduring journey. In this evolving world, the transformation is not limited to physical and political landscapes, but also deeply permeates the spiritual and cultural realms. Devotion and ritual take on new dimensions as faith communities reinterpret ancient symbols in the light of current experiences. Spiritual leaders emerge, blending age-old traditions with contemporary insights, thus igniting fresh conversations about the nature of divinity and the purpose of life. In art, music, and literature, the echoes of prophecy resonate, inspiring creative expressions that capture the tension between reverence for the past and yearning for innovation. Cultural norms undergo a profound renaissance. Festivals and ceremonies are reinvented as celebrations of a world reborn, where communion with nature and spirit fuels community bonds. The blending of diverse traditions creates unique cultural syntheses that honor the heritage of old while embracing the future. Visual artistry bursts forth in bold new forms, where symbolism and storytelling merge to depict the evolving human experience. These new narratives foster empathy and unity, challenging stereotypes and inviting dialogue across previously divided communities. At the heart of this spiritual reawakening lies a re-examination of personal identity and collective purpose. Individuals find solace and strength in practices that connect them with forces greater than themselves, whether through meditation, communal prayer, or artistic rituals that echo ancient wisdom. Sacred spaces, both conventional and newly established, become centers of learning, reflection, and shared celebration, emphasizing the importance of inner transformation as society changes externally. This cultural and spiritual metamorphosis is a beacon that guides humanity through uncertain times. It invites us to explore the lessons of the past with a renewed heart, merging the mysticism of sacred texts with the tangible reality of everyday life. In embracing these changes, we find that spiritual growth and cultural evolution go hand in hand, carving out a future where creativity, intuition, and reverence for life shape a harmonious and enlightened global community. Drawing upon ancient wisdom and modern expression, communities foster rituals that celebrate the merging of spiritual insight and cultural progress. This synthesis opens avenues for dialogue and reconciliation, cultivating resilience and compassion among diverse populations. The creative spirit flourishes in every corner of society, encouraging artistic innovation and fostering a renewed commitment to collective well-being. Within this vibrant atmosphere, individual journeys of self-discovery contribute to a larger narrative of transformation and hope. In every heartbeat of culture, we witness timeless dance between the old and new. In this reimagined world, the global stage is set for a radical interplay between order and chaos. We witness the collision of ancient prophecy with modern reality, where emerging signs both unite and divide populations across continents. Old systems crumble as newfound alliances materialize, yet not all conflicts yield to harmonious resolutions. Instead, the struggle between competing visions of destiny is vividly apparent, fueling debates that span from local neighborhoods to international summits. The tensions born of rapid transformation create spaces for creativity and conflict resolution. Societies are compelled to confront deep-rooted injustices and to rebuild communities with principles grounded in both spiritual renewal and pragmatic solutions. Struggles over resources, identity, and power ignite sparks of rebellion, while acts of compassion and solidarity illuminate paths toward reconciliation. Governments, communities, and individuals seek innovative frameworks to address the ruptures of the old order and to establish a cohesive, global reality. In this dynamic environment, both triumphs and tragedies punctuate the human experience. Conflicts eventually give way to dialogues that pave the way for mutual understanding and ethical progress. Resolutions are not instantaneous, but emerge slowly as trust is rebuilt and a collective vision takes shape. The process is fraught with uncertainties, yet every step forward, every compromise, and every shared moment of insight becomes a foundation upon which a new world order is constructed, embodying both the challenges and the enduring hope of humanity. As nations mend their fractures and aspire toward collective healing, every dialogue and resolution becomes a stepping stone. Communities, inspired by ancient visions and modern commitments, foster innovation that transcends divisions. From local reforms to global accords, this continuous effort redefines our shared destiny with hope and pragmatic determination. In the tapestry of global transformation, resilience and collaboration create a future built on trust and renewed promise. As we conclude this exploration of a world reshaped by biblical prophecy, we are invited to reflect deeply on the nature of destiny, human agency, and the mysteries that govern our existence. The journey through transformed landscapes, both natural and societal, and the synthesis of spiritual wisdom with modern challenges inspires us to contemplate the delicate balance between fate and free will. Here, in the twilight of old certainties and the dawn of a renewed vision, ancient predictions and contemporary realities merge, urging us to embrace change with both caution and hope. From dramatic natural phenomena to revolutionary shifts in governance, every element of this reimagined world offers lessons about resilience, adaptation, and the power of collective action. The unfolding events remind us that transformation is both inevitable and a catalyst for growth, compelling us to question our assumptions, redefine our values, and consider the opportunities that arise from unexpected change. In this narrative, there is no rigid dichotomy between chaos and order, only a dynamic interplay in which every challenge nurtures the seeds of renewal. This call to reflection is not merely an invitation to observe, it is a challenge to engage actively with the forces shaping our future. It encourages a renewed commitment to dialogue, empathy, and the pursuit of wisdom drawn from both tradition and innovation. By contemplating the interplay of divine prophecy and human endeavor, we are compelled to re-examine our roles in a continuously evolving global tapestry. In our shared journey toward a transformed reality, let us hold steadfast to the belief that every crisis harbors the promise of rebirth. May our reflections spark conversations, inspire creative solutions, and foster a spirit of unity that transcends differences. As we look forward to a future where prophecy blends with human creativity, we discover that true transformation begins with the courage to envision a world complete with hope, possibility, and enduring peace. Let these reflections serve as a reminder that every prediction, every moment of crisis, and every spark of innovation is part of a larger unfolding story of our shared destiny. History and hope together unite to shape